There are lots of different kinds of finials, and one of the things that Cindy Drozda talks about in her design is marrying the finial to the piece, making sure it flows well and fits the piece. So any one of these is, any one of the things, I've got like several pages of these, and this is on the website, but any one of these works for a given piece. This finial here, this is not that different from the one that Roger did on his vase over there, or not, Alfred did on his vase over there. It's simple, it's elegant. Alfred's has got a little bit more in it. It works well for the piece. Even this one here works, especially if it's on a Christmas ornament or one of those sea urchin ornaments. On the top, and you put the hanging thing through the top or whatever. This is a traditional finial here. You might find on a bedpost or something like that. This is another design. One of the things I liked about this one here is this bit in the middle here, separating the base from the onion bit on the top. These are all examples of design. This one is obviously kind of crude, but the design is not a bad design in and of itself. These are the sea urchin ornaments, some examples. Now, one of the things I want to point out about this picture is the person doing these, I don't know who it is off the top of my head, but they tried a whole bunch of different designs, all right? Execution maybe could use a little work, but the fact that he's trying all these different things and has incorporated a number of different elements into them, it's important to keep this in your head when you're designing your own finials. I like this one here too. This is a neat, I haven't actually tried one of these, but I like the way that looks. It's kind of funky, and that's on my list.
I thought that one was ugly.
Everything these two here I know are Cindy Drozda's, okay? And this is an idea of what you can see where her pedestals are substantially bigger than the rest of the finial, okay? But this is some ideas. I don't particularly like the transition. I'm going to be talking about some of my own opinions too. There's no wrong way to do this. If it's pleasing and it works, have it at it. But I have my own way of looking at things I like and things I don't like, and I'll try to tell you why. And it may or may not work for you. May or may not work, be appealing. But I don't like the way this transition works here. I think it's a little stilted, but that's my own opinion. I don't like the way that works, but stock end, I'm going to turn a tenon and the base, okay? And then I'm going to immediately switch it around and put that end in the chuck and leave it there for the duration, all right? Towards the headstock. I'm going to leave the tailstock on for a little bit until it starts to get a little flaky, and then I'm going to take it off and put this other device on. One of the things, where's Jerry at? Jerry, there you go. Deep fluted bowl gouge. Start turning things very thinly. I'm going to be supporting the piece with my finger while I'm turning it with the tool. And I'm going to be working on the top of the piece and addressing the wood with this bottom flute of this and a smaller tool, taking very thin cuts. That's this piece here. Take very thin cuts with sharp tools, but it's cutting into it at least a 45-degree angle, if not more. I'm trying to do a very delicate, tight slice, taking very little wood, so that I don't, if I take too big a bite, I'm going to pop that thing right off or crack it or something. Okay? Here, I can't really see these lines very well, or I couldn't from where I was. This is a straight triangle here, okay? And then what she does is she tapers it inside a little bit, okay? So it's curving inside that triangle a little bit. And then she tries to have her finial touch that inside curve at least 3 points. One here on the pedestal, okay, at the bottom. Up here, this little feature at the top, all right? And then here, wherever her onion is, okay? And this isn't really easy to read either, but she also uses the golden mean or the golden ratio. And the golden ratio is 1.618 to 1, and she approximates it that way. So the top, 1.6, the bottom half or the bottom portion of it is 1. And that's the ratio she tries to get. and going corner to corner. And then I'm going to use a punch to give me holes here so I don't mess it up.
That's a tool for breaking into cars.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a nail punch? Is that what you do with it?
No, that's what the Beatles wind up in my court. Just push it against the window and it goes pow.
Does it really?
It doesn't take much.
Yeah, it works really
Because you have to have a
Just blows it up.
Now that you've announced it, you'll probably have more.
Yeah, this looks like that crow, yeah, sure.
Bring the tailstock up to center it, and we'll go from there.
Pretty sturdy looking blade, isn't it? Yeah, why? Because they run slow. Yeah, you got that speed.
All right, any questions before I wade in?
How many times do you break these? Sure.
In making these, in practicing, I made like 10 of them, and only one of them broke. And Chris, you were there when we did that, and it broke because I didn't have it. It was just sort of wobbling. Ooh, that's like camphor or something.
Yeah,
Pungent.
it smells like good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come highlight of the meeting.
That was quick. As soon as it cut into it, you could smell it. Yeah. Really bad. Probably in somebody's way here. No, you can't. Behind me.
You tell us,
Finish it. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's really hard to do that when it's the piece that's in the chuck.
that's true.
Are you gonna tell us the design ahead of time or just wait and see?
I'm guessing right now. I'm just doing the base. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right. You guys who have turned with me know that I kind of do a seat of the pants kind of thing. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an effort to do something like this. All right. I'm going to turn a little feature at the top, and then I'm going to turn. Yeah, not this. It's going to look like that. Switches and stuff are all over here. So I get very confused.
God, that's strong,
Yeah.
Smells good burning, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's not oak.
No, like I said, it's camphor. Camera up there. That's all I've got so far. Is just the 10 and the bass. All right. And these are pin jaws. Now, when I first decided to do this, I talked to Alfred and everybody and said, I'm going to need to use pin jaws, and they said, we don't have them. So I tried to make some, and that was a disaster. And I'm just using this right now to center it so that I get as much of the wood. I have as much of the wood to work with as I can have.
Yeah.
And very soon I'm going to have to take the tailstock off, because as soon as I get thin up here doing this part, it'll become unstable. it's pretty. You guys can't smell this right here. It's like.
Oh, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, good. It's good wood, man. All right, now, what I'm going to try to do right now is I'm going to try to make a place for the string from the string steady rest to go. So that's going to be my next step. Good spot for it right now. Maybe that's a little too wide, so I'm going to take this down. Alright, I'm going to put the...
Can we get a better close-up?
Repeat that?
A better close-up on that?
I think we can try.
Something. Okay, it'll have to do. No, it won't. I got to come back a little bit. It's alright? You got to make more stuff. And it uses, I've got some instructions on, some notes on how to do that and some links in the back to,
It'll all be on the website?
it's on the website and on my presentation. The presentation itself is in PDF on the website, right, Roger? And
Send it to the resource area.
Okay.
wherever it is, yeah. And it, the last page has got some links to the instructions for how to make this. The real guts of it is the precision of where you put these little screws here. You can come look at it later. And this is a piece of wax string. I took a piece of kite string I had sitting around, melted some beeswax on the stove, dipped it through it. It's got wax all over it, all right? It works really good. And the premise behind how this works is it's actually self-centering. And I found this out the hard way when I was making one of those tenons, or one of the finials I'm passing around, popped it off the lathe, put this on, over this way, oops. You loop it around 3 points, and it self-centers itself, all right? Now because it's waxed, I can do this, and it's not going to come off, okay? I'm trying not to take much wood.
Are you going to use the steady rest now?
I'm going to use the
Can
steady
we
rest.
switch to the other camera then, and you can demonstrate from the other?
I like the 3.1 better than the 4.1. The 4.1 looks like this. Okay? There's the first two. There's the second two. Okay? You see that?
Your arms in the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So, all right, here, let me see if I can show you. Okay? All I've got is a simple loop in one end. All right? Put it over one of my screws. Over here, to here, to here, to here, to here. All right? That's the 4.1. All right? This down to here, and then back to the original one. Okay? That's the one I'm going to use right now. All right? Now, just to show you what this looks like.
What's the reason between a 3 and a 4?
Well, there's theories, and I'm not exactly sure. I do know that the 3.1 seems to self-center the piece, like I said before, and it seems to hold it really well. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to the detail gouge. And we're good. I don't want to put the tailstock on because the tailstock will put pressure on it and sort of not give me a good. Cut it down here. Wait, no, I guess it wasn't. I like that. Demonstrations of this where people had multiple ones of these. So they had, they had something that was this thin and this long, and they had like 6 of them. Got to get it here, and there's 1/2 inches, so mine is 10 1/4 inches from like that to the center. And the center, where the center is really, really important because that's each one of these screws on the outside is can you guys see right now in a very general sense, so I know how I'm going to do it. All right. So I'm going to start here and say, this is like the cheek of my onion ball, and I'm going to pull it down like that. And then the rest of it is going out that way, so I'm going to start going this way. Trouble getting in here. Let's see if I can do it this way. I'm sorry?
Right, that was absolutely perfect.
Thank you, Ray. I'm having trouble getting in. I'm going to try something here. I'm turning inside this little steady rest here because I'm trying to get at this piece here. And I can hear a little bit of chatter there. My head in the way.
Not much you do.
All right, this is where I'm sitting on the top of the piece. I've got the tools laid on the tool rest like this. I'm on the top of the piece like this, and I'm slicing it with the bottom flute on this
Could
tool.
you put that in front of the camera?
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay. I've got it on the tool rest like this. Okay? And I'm slicing with the bottom flute on this tool, and I'm supporting the piece underneath it with my finger. Okay? Trying to apply equal pressure so that it doesn't break. And I'm trying to take very little, and I'm trying to smooth out the aberrations. There's some I can't get at because I'm inside the tool rest here. I'll let you guys see that when I pass it around. But by and large, this is sort of where I wanted to go. It's more like in here. Okay? And then when I get down in the thin part, I'm coming in and putting my finger underneath and supporting it with the tool. Can you guys see that? It's like this. Okay? Detail gouge. This started off as a spindle gouge, okay? The shallow fluted spindle gouge. I changed the angle on it and brought the shoulders back. I often use it like this, so it's cleaner than it's safer than a skew, which I have used as well, and it lets me roll it into a groove to get it good. So I'm going to get a good groove and curve. So I'm going to take it like this, and I'm rolling it into the groove. Okay? And the way, I don't know if I can get it, at least 45 degrees. Trying to turn on this part of the flute here, right up on the edge. It's not at the center. It's on the left side of it, and I'm trying to, because that's the point where the tool is addressing the wood, and it's a pretty steep angle, so it's slicing the fibers rather than scraping Yeah, because of the rest and the limitations in the lathe, and if I had some time to muck with it, I'd figure out how to do it. But you can move it around and so on. But
Did string burn on there?
What it is, there's a little bit of string burn, but it's mostly wax. So, and that'll sand right off. You guys want to see that? You've asked. All right.
So
So if you put a finish on that, that wax doesn't mess you up?
What's that?
If you put a finish on that, the wax doesn't mess you up?
It's not like you're putting in a shellac finish, it's just on the surface and it's burnished on, okay?